Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Guardian Radio Today is brought to you by Bahamar and Printmasters.
Good afternoon, all you beautiful people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is Guardian Radio Today, 96.9 FM, right here in Oaksfield, here in the Bahamas. My name is Garth Roseborough, for those who are tuning in for the first time. Today we had a very exciting show planned for you. If you do recall, some weeks ago, in page 88, I would have mentioned that to you in the Guardian paper. There was a whole lot of development going on in southern Bahamas, and it's been some time historically since we have seen so much activity. And there must be a lot of good energy coming from the southern sector of the Bahamas, as we just had my cousin, Tatiana Weaver. She is Miss Teen Universe. She's also Miss Teen Meghwana. She just placed 5th in India, and she is also Miss Teen Universe Catwalk. She was awarded that, in that competition. Right. And she's returned home to us safely yesterday. And we just want to give a shout out to her, her mother, all the great people of Meghwana. You produced a good one. You know, I'm the bad one, but that's a good one that we have, a beautiful one. And she'll be joining us hopefully next week. She may be on Morning Blend or one of the other shows, but we're looking forward to her report and her experience. I know she has had some familiarity with Erin Green. I'm going to try to work it out to where she can sit with Erin once again and have that conversation about her experience there in India as she competed on our behalf before, I think she said, some 42 other countries for the crown. In the studio today, we did expect Mr. Robert Karen, as I announced last week, and due to his scheduling, there's a lot going on, and he's not able to make it today. And I understand that he should be on tomorrow with Mr. Zhivago Lang on Z Live. And so tomorrow, 12 to 2 p.m., we're praying that he makes his way here to have a conversation with you. But, you know, the decent person that he is, he took the time to send substitutes. And when he said substitute, I can be honest with y'all. Y'all know how I go, man. You know, I look crazy, right? I get a little off base. I say, you can't make it to see me, but you can send substitute to me. You know, I don't do substitute, you know. I don't want no substitute wife, no substitute girlfriend, no substitute dog, no substitute passport. I don't want nothing with it, no substitute sugar, no substitute salt. I felt I like the real thing. But when I saw the substitutes, ain't nobody tell me the substitutes is my two brothers. I didn't know. You know, when I look at these two gentlemen here, man, I felt like it was a reunion. And so we have two great guests in the house today. I want to hold the identity while you go and let everyone know that today's show is going to be a show of action. You want to listen to these gentlemen right now. I think there's a Storm Patton, Michelle. Is it Michelle? No, it's Melissa. Melissa possibly heading this way. And so we could break some of these things down. Gabby, your girl Gabby, she's in the house. She just arrived here today. So allow me to just settle the gentleman in, get Gabby settled in. Let me give you a little jam, Chris, and then we'll be right back right after the break. This is Guardian Radio Today. I'm Garth Roseborough. Gabby Eneas is in the house, and these two astute gentlemen, I can't wait to introduce them to you. We'll be right back.
It never stood one single time to prove the county wrong. His mama named him Tommy, but folks just called him Yellow. But something always told me they were reading Tommy wrong. He was only 10 years old when his daddy died in prison. I looked after Tommy 'cause he was my brother's son. I still recall the final words my brother said to Tommy. Son, my life is over, but yours has just begun. Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can. It won't mean you're weak if you turn the other cheek. I hope you're old enough to understand. Son, you don't have to fight to be a man. There's someone for everyone.
This October, Bahama invites you to indulge your senses at the Culinary and Arts Festival, where world-class flavors meet breathtaking creativity in the heart of the Bahamas. Join us October 22nd through 26th for an unforgettable celebration featuring culinary legends Daniel Boulud, Marcus Samuelson, Dario Cecchini, and Simeon Hall Jr., alongside a vibrant lineup of Bahamian chefs and mixologists. Explore captivating art installations, interactive workshops, and live performances, all set against the stunning backdrop of Nassau's premier luxury resort. And don't miss an electrifying live performance by global superstar Lenny Kravitz, headlining the festival's welcome party on Friday, October 24th, with a concert experience you won't forget. This is more than a festival, it's a feast for the soul. Tickets and packages are going fast. Visit bahamar.com to reserve your spot at the Culinary and Arts Festival at Bahamar, where taste and talent take center stage. Bahamar, life spectacular.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it, just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness till boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces and knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light, and the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all
Good
expression.
afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Listen, man, you know how I go with my cowboy hat. I just feel like it's a good old Western day here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. We just got to shoot these things down. You know, I know you people, you love politics. Everything for you is politics, politics, politics. But, you know, we got so much more to talk about in this country. We talk about development, especially right here in New Providence. You're complaining about the potholes. You're complaining about the wires hanging all over the place. You're complaining about dogs all over the place. We got a lot of issues in this country, but what has recently been happening that has caught my attention, and two, because my mother is from Betsy Bay, Maguana, is all of the development that is happening in southern Bahamas. And I am just so excited this time because so long we have been speaking about taking the people and decentralizing the population, just encouraging people to move back to the family of islands, taking advantage of opportunities. Some of you have generational property. All these things are taking place. And so one of the first initiatives that is actually entering into the southern area comes from the brains of two young men. I say young men because we're in set. We're like brothers, like 1 year apart. These are men of valor, men of courage. Cowards around here. We don't gamble like the gambler, but we be all right. We know when to hold it and when to roll it out. You know what I mean? So today I just want to introduce you quickly to Mr. Adam Darville. Adam Darville and LaRon Burrows. And I'm going to let Gabby tell you what their titles are today, and then we're going to find out exactly what's going on in the southern Bahamas region. Gabby, go ahead.
Firstly, top of the afternoon to all the listeners of Guardian Radio today. Good afternoon. Well, God, I have to go through the little spiel first. Good afternoon, Sean. Good afternoon, Evie. And a special good afternoon to all those listening down by Sydney's, the shoe shop on Market Street.
You better say hello to Belinda.
Of course, I have to say hello to Mistress Belinda Wilson.
Okay, because I know that's
and
a
the
girl.
Bahamas Union of Teachers.
Yeah, you all take my show over all last week. And then you can tell me I ain't your family, but everything cool. I ain't
Listen,
offended.
You all deal with that on the side.
Yeah,
I ain't
I can
getting
deal
in
with
family
that.
business.
Thank you.
But good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon. I gotta say good afternoon to the hubby too. Good afternoon, hubby. Good
The
afternoon.
one who born the
to
day
all
after
of-
me. Because I born on the 14th, he's the 15th. I come for you.
He said, you come first in your head. He said, as long as you keep that in your head, all will be well.
All righty.
Yes, but today in studio, we have with us, like God would have mentioned, Mr. Adam Darville, who is the Vice President of Infrastructure down at Bahamas Aviation, Climate and Severe Weather Network. Wow, that's a lot. That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful, I tell
That's
you.
a mouthful. Welcome to Guardian Radio today. And then we have Mr. LaRon Burrows, who is president of CEO of the sister company, Bahamas First Alert Project Manager. Is that correct? I got it right?
It is.
Okay,
Perfect.
awesome. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. I'll go ahead and turn the mic over to you so you can let the great people of the Bahamas and listening around the world know what it is that you do.
Thank you for having us here today. I appreciate it. I'd like to say hi to everyone out there listening, and thank you for turning on your radios to us. And a big thank you to Garth for having us here today.
Not a problem, my
And
friend.
tolerating us as we are substitutes. We're not the original, but we're substituting. But luckily, we have great history together, so that's
Indeed.
a good thing. And I'm joined here today by my brother, LaRon Burrows. And we are here to talk a bit about this project that we are undertaking.
Yeah, what's that like? What's going on down there?
So we started this project some 9 years ago.
9?
9 years ago as a dream in the head of Mr. Robert DePuch-Karen, who happens to be my best friend and a business partner here on a few things. So he came to me with this idea, talking about it, and I said, cool, whatever. And here we are 9 years later, and we're actually doing it.
Wow.
We recently signed a heads of agreement with the government on May the 7th this year. Thanks to Brave Davis and his vision for the future of the
How
country.
easy or hard was that?
It was quite hard, actually. When I say hard, it was a lot to work out. Let's put it that way.
Because a lot of Bahamians complain that we would have a vision, LaRon. And I think for the most part, Bahamians, the thinkers of us, we're brilliant people.
Agreed.
But we go to the government and say, you know what, I have a vision. I want to bring this to the forefront. And I'm going to need some approvals. I'm going to need some consultations. I'm going to need some infrastructural arrangements, etc.
Correct.
And it becomes just almost as if they want you to give up. Is that really true what I'm saying? Or is it just simply that everyone is not going to be able to have the tenacity and the consistency to be able to break through to make things happen?
Well, I think one thing that you have to have is perseverance and the willingness to communicate. The project that we're doing is very complex, and it took a while for people to get what we were actually trying to do. So I wouldn't say it's an impossible task to do what we've done, but it does take a while and takes a lot of effort And I think a lot of people perhaps aren't willing to put in that effort.
You went all the way up to the Prime Minister's office? Is that how this happened?
Well, we actually, believe it or not, we started this under the F&M government.
Okay.
And we did a cabinet presentation to cabinet, and they were very interested, and we got a cabinet conclusion. And we went along the process, and then there was a general election, and the current administration won. So then we had to present to them as well, and they liked the vision, and we just had to really make them understand the vision. And they were very receptive. I must say this administration was very receptive, and they're very pleased that we were looking to improve the lives of Bahamians outside of Nassau, especially in the Southern Islands, where we plan to do a lot of work. And we want to spread the wealth around to all the family islands. You know, this project will encompass the entire archipelago of the Bahamas and provide opportunities for Bahamians. And where the Bahamians are not qualified, we plan to train the Bahamians to do these jobs. So initially, we may be bringing in a lot of people because some of it is very technical stuff.
So for someone that's listening that may not know what this vision is, what we're talking about, could you give a brief overview of what it is that this project intends to bring to the Bahamas, which parts of the Bahamas, and who it can directly impact? You talked about those jobs. Who are we looking to really bring on board with us?
Okay, we may have to extend for a few more hours here.
That's fine.
This goes back to, believe it or not, the United Nations. At the United Nations, a treaty was signed called the Chicago Convention, which gives every sovereign country the right to charge for its airspace.
Oh, that's what Bahamians like.
So 186 countries have signed on to the Chicago Convention. Only 8 countries were not taking advantage of this opportunity, the Bahamas being one of 8. We realized this as a group. Well, I should say Robert realized this and shared it with the group. And we saw this as a great opportunity for Bahamians. And what this allows us to do is to charge for flights flying over the Bahamas. A lot of people don't understand the Bahamas is 173,000 square miles, the size of California. Because as an archipelago, we include our internal seas. So it's many people don't realize how big the Bahamas actually is, because it's these little islands everywhere. But when you start putting it together, it's quite massive. For me to fly from Nassau to Inagua, for instance,
2 hours.
it takes me 2 hours and 40 minutes, and 2 hours and 15 if it's a jet. I can fly to Miami in 30 minutes. The Bahamas is quite big, and people don't realize this, and we have great value. The Bahamas is the 6th busiest airspace in the world, the gateway in the world. If you take off from Miami within 3 minutes to 5 minutes, you're in Bahamian airspace.
That's correct.
So we have approximately 600,000 flights to fly over the Bahamas, not landing or taking off, just flying over to go to South America, North America. They pass over the Bahamas, and we have the right as a nation to charge for that. But we must provide services for those charges, and that is where Baxman comes into play. We provide those services on behalf of the contracting state, as officially said in the convention, in this case, the Bahamas. So we will be facilitating those services for the Bahamas government, so the Bahamas government could collect money that's due to them.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's a very good thing for the country, and not only that, these monies are earmarked for aviation-related projects.
And you know, y'all always flying over my house in Adelaide, man. I want some of that money, man. Burroughs, what you saying, man? I see you smiling. What you got to get out of all this, man?
All is good. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of this presentation. As Adam has indicated, BAXWIN, and as Gabby said, it's a very long name, so we usually use the acronym BAXWIN.
Yep.
But BAXWIN was formed basically to provide aviation meteorology services for the Bahamas. Generally, in the Bahamas, most pilots that are flying through are really relying on other pilots that have flown ahead to provide information as it relates to weather services.
True.
And most of the weather is provided from satellite services as opposed to radars, right? And with satellite service, if there is pop-up storms, which you have very often in tropical areas because of the amount of water versus land. And as you're passing over land to water, water to land, you have a lot of convective storms that come up. But satellites don't pick them up. You have to have a very significant storm in order for satellites to pick it up. So you have to basically use radars. Right now, we have 4 or 5 radars that are operational by the Bahamas Department of Meteorology, but that information is not provided through to the FAA and others to be able to provide information on air traffic. And what we've identified is that we have the capacity by incorporating an additional 109 smaller radars based in settlements on all of our major islands, along with the 4 or 5 major radars from the Department of Meteorology. And we'll be able to pull all of that information together using our proprietary software.
Wow.
Along with partnering with 2 major U.S. federally funded organizations. One is the National Center for Atmospheric Research out of Boulder, Colorado, and they are the entity that is tasked by the FAA to provide products and services to outfit the entire United States aviation industry. The other is NOAA, and I think most Bahamians are aware of NOAA, especially around hurricane season. That's the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Agency. So both of those entities have entered into memorandums of agreement with Baxwin to provide us with their proprietary services and systems which will tie in with our proprietary systems. So together, we're coming together to provide a new product and new service. What does that do for us? So what it does is it allows us, where currently flights coming over our territory are only updated on potential weather conditions 5 minutes ahead of time. With our systems, they'll be able to get that information 45 minutes ahead of time, which has significant impact for
Flight
making
delays.
changes.
Yeah.
Yes, for making changes to your flight plan in the event there is expected bad weather coming up, whether it's
So-
lightning or convective storms.
You went to St. Augustine's College.
Proudly.
Mr. Carter was your geography teacher?
Yes, he was.
Vincent Carter.
Yes, he
Vincent
was.
Carter. Okay, good. That means you smart. I don't know for St. Andrews and them Darwell people, Adam Darwell. I know but them, but I know in St. Augustine's College we smart when it comes to geography because of Mr. Carter.
Well, Darwell's a Long Island, Burroughs a Long Island, so there's some stuff go through genetics there too. So I got to stand up for him too.
But my mother's a tailor. Y'all go fix your business.
Okay, I gotcha.
So let me say this to you. And I know y'all probably are boatmen because we are boat people from Long Island. So you're saying, Adam, that the country is extremely extensive, which
Correct.
Is huge, right? And according to Laurent, these systems will be able to basically give us a more intense report in terms of the locale of like when I go fishing. I'll be out there near Green Key, and I'll see like, what do they call those things? The water spouts.
Your water spout, correct.
That would be able to detect these water spouts coming in advance, or will it tell me this like 5 minutes before it happens?
No, we'll be able to predict in advance the conditions for it to happen, which it may or may not happen, but at least we will be aware that the conditions are favorable for it to happen and give you a warning. Hey, you might want to look out in a few minutes for this event happening. Nothing is obviously guaranteed, but definitely we can give you the conditions that are current. And the great thing about what we're trying to do, a lot of weather is done after the fact. What makes us different from a lot of other companies, we're doing what we refer to as real-time weather and hyper-local weather. When you get a report on the news say it's going to rain, 30% chance of rain, that could be anywhere.
Yeah.
That could
Which
be on
area?
Paradise Island. It's not 30% chance it's going to rain where you are. With the system that Laurent was talking about, the 109 phased array radars we put in, we will tell you within 5 feet where it's going to rain and when it's going to rain. So we'll tell you if it's going to rain on your house, or if it's going to rain in Oaksfield, or where it's going to rain.
So does this include an app? How will we be able to get this information in real time?
Eventually, well, right now, we're focusing on the government side of things.
Okay.
Which we have an obligation to report to the FAA, ICAO, on a government level. But yes, there will be apps available to the general public eventually through the company, where people can subscribe to get real-time weather. And when I say real time, it'll be where it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, right there. Because right now you go on. I'll give you an example. I did a lot of rescue recovery after Dorian, and we had a group of us friends. We were stationed in Spanish Wells, and we were going from Spanish Wells to Abaca, which is a straight shot. I got on windy one morning. They said a 2 to 3 foot seas. I was like, oh, we could handle that. We got out there, it was 8 to 10 foot seas, and we had to turn around and come back. We almost lost it, and because that is they are using models for that. We will be using models, but those models will be fueled by real time weather, real time data.
So the $1 million question: how does this put monies into the pockets of Bahamians?
Well, I'm not going to go and put it in their pocket directly.
Are we going to be paying less taxes because we're going to have so much revenue coming in from all these people flying over our airspaces?
No.
That's been the cry for years. How are we monetizing this
how we will
put back into the economy?
How Bahamians will benefit. Obviously, a lot of people don't realize for aviation, there's several things that are needed for an airport to be an international airport. It needs fire engines, it needs ambulances, and it needs a trauma center within 30 minutes. None of these things exist currently in the Bahamas. None, right? So we'll be bringing in these products, using these overflight fees to provide these services, to bring in these things. And we have an ambulance, that's 6 people to be employed. When we bring in a rescue helicopter, which we're doing, that's 30 people employed per helicopter.
Wow.
The construction will be massive throughout the entire island chain. Nassau has a lot of infrastructure, but as in Maguana, which is a place that I visit a lot, has nothing there. They're building a new airport, but we're providing all the services there. So each island could potentially have, let's say, 100 people employed per se. And this is how the Bahamian public will benefit. So there's the job opportunities is what really will hopefully generate the revenue. And also, Bahamians are becoming first among equals here. Bahamians will always have an opportunity before someone else. We will be bringing in experts because a lot of the things that we do, Bahamians, it doesn't exist now. So we have to bring in people. But training is mandatory for us.
Yeah.
Mr. Karen wants this project to benefit Bahamians. And so we've already given away 10 full scholarships, and we plan to do this ongoing basis. We're working with the universities here to provide courses so we can train Bahamian meteorologists. And we can train ambulance drivers. And you may say you're driving an ambulance. Anyone could drive. No, not everyone can drive an ambulance. Plus, we're bringing in aviation ambulances, which are not a regular ambulance.
This is huge.
They are highly skilled people that run these things. So Bahamians will have the first opportunity always with our company. Bahamians first. We are a fully 100% Bahamian company. And we want to give Bahamians the opportunities to participate and benefit from this huge project that we're pulling off.
So what's happening right now, Laurent, in Maguana? What are y'all doing right now? Is it Maguana, Acklands, Crooked Island, Long Key? Are y'all in that area right now, or y'all elsewhere?
So, as Adam spoke to it, this is one that is going to encompass the entire Commonwealth, but the focus is to start for the Southern Islands on the basis that as you have indicated, for many years, those locations have been the ones that have, I think, felt most of the pain in terms of from an economic standpoint as well as from a medical standpoint. I previously served in the role as Deputy Managing Director at the Public Hospitals Authority, and one of the areas that I had responsibility for was emergency medical services and another plight. And we've seen the stories of tragedies that have happened in the Southern Islands and the delays in getting important medical emergency services. So we, as part of this project, we reached out to government, identified it was a public-private, to go forward a public-private arrangement. The private side is basically the aviation meteorology services that Baxwin will charge to the airlines and get their direct payment. But we also identified to the government there are opportunities for them to be able to generate significant cash flows.
Wow.
So up to this point, the government has attempted to provide emergency response services, but it's been funded 100% out of the consolidated funds. So having to outfit ambulances, having to have air evacuations, things of that nature, firefighters as well as firefighting vehicles have always had to be funded out of the consolidated fund. What we've advised them through our research is that those services are ones that can be actually recovered from the airlines as well, and should be. And in fact, around the world, that's how it's actually funded. So with this arrangement, the government saw the tentacles that we had as Baxwin, and they asked us to take on the role of being a project manager to basically bring around the table all of the different ministries, authorities, and agencies of government that have some direct intervention in the aviation community. And so we gladly took on that role, and I was then appointed the president and CEO of that entity. So what we're doing is we're going to be establishing, as Adam said earlier, aviation trauma centers at those high-risk locations. So New Providence, Exuma, Abaco, and Grand Bahama will have the larger aviation trauma centers outfitted with trauma physicians, trauma nurses, and ambulances to provide the necessary services, qualified EMTs and paramedics. As we go to the smaller islands or the islands with less aviation traffic, then we'll ratchet down the size and scope of those aviation clinics. But in every island that has an international airport, one of those will be established. And in some instances where there are multiple, there will be others. As we know, some of our islands are very narrow but very long, and there are multiple international airports. So we'll either have these entities based at those particular airports or find a midpoint such that service can be rendered to all. What we'll also be doing is establishing a HEMS service, and that's helicopter emergency medical services.
I won't fly the helicopter, eh?
Hey, we send you to school
Not
if
a
you
problem
like.
at all. But basically, this project will be bringing in up to about 300 persons to carry out all of those medical responsibilities. We would have, through our partner Response Plus Medical, which is a major global company out of the Middle East that provides emergency services. Most of the oil rigs that are operational in the Middle East are serviced by this company. So if there's any type of a medical intervention that's needed, they fly in, pull those persons off the rig and take them to get their necessary medical care. So they're coming in, they're partnering with us. They will be bringing in a team. They've already been advertising for locals. We've received over 250 applications for both technical positions, EMTs, paramedics, as well as for operational, because obviously they have to have a Bahamian entity established here to run. And so we're going through those CVs, and they've already begun the process of interviewing persons and making offers to persons. So this is not a dream. This is now a reality.
Yeah, some people are asking the question. They said, "Good afternoon. This plan sounds great. When will this project start?" They asked, and then they said they hope it's not an election gimmick. Said it's not politics. Politics and
when
everything.
this started, if they were listening earlier, he would have said this started under the previous administration.
Yes.
They presented the plan too. So this is now would be some 9-10 years into the making.
No, 9 years in.
9 years
when the dream happened. We've been at this now for
About
past
6 years.
About 6 years.
6 years in terms of negotiation.
Okay,
So-
negotiation.
What you have to understand is this is a very complex situation, and with all the entities involved, as you can imagine, NOAA, NCOR, we have agreements with an Israeli company called Tomorrow, which is a very progressive young company, which we have low Earth orbiting satellites. We are partnered with WSI, the weather company. To bring all of these people together takes years of planning. This does not happen overnight. I mean, I've been negotiating with some people for over a year, just negotiating the contract. It's very complex, and it also crosses a lot of international treaties. So something like this doesn't happen overnight. And if you want, the best way to succeed in anything in life is to plan. That's just the bottom line. So this is not a gimmick. We've been working very hard. We've exhausted a lot of funds, a lot of time. I work basically 7 days a week because, sometimes I'm getting a call at 3 a.m. because the person I'm dealing with is in a different time zone. It's not an easy job. If it was like my father would say, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, right? So it's a very complex situation, and I can assure the Bahamian public, this is not a gimmick. This is happening, and Bahamians are leading the world. When I say that, no one has ever done what we're about to do. One of our partners is Raytheon. I'm sure you all know who Raytheon is. Raytheon is the Patriot missile, the Iron Dome. They're a huge defense contractor. They stated in a letter to the government, this project will be the first of its kind, exceeding that of any other industrialized nation.
Well,
the Bahamas is leading the world with this project right now.
When you say Patriot missile, I want you to know China listening, Iran listening, everybody listening to the show,
No, I was
we ain't want no unnecessary attention coming this way,
Let me.
But that's only a joke for you, man. Let me take this caller on the line. Caller, go ahead.
Go ahead, caller.
Caller, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Go ahead.
We hear you.
God.
Hey.
I'm trying to find out who's the guest now.
You have Mr. Adam Darville, and you have Mr. LeRon Burrows.
Oh, I thought that was Mr. DePucci there.
No, you looking at the camera. You think all us look alike? What you think this is, buddy? I thought he was Kenny Rogers when he walked in here. He playing Kenny Rogers music all day.
Oh, Lord.
But listen, these gentlemen.
Kenny Rogers music. I just thought that was Mr. DePucci. Sound like a thing up.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you, my brother. Yeah, man, we good.
All right, I can finish listening. Now,
I appreciate you.
Jokes now. Don't tell me nothing but the camera.
All right, Papa.
I didn't know we were on camera because I have the face for radio.
Yeah, but that's all right.
So going back to the comment about hoping that it's not a gimmick. If it's a gimmick that's already invested north of double digits in the millions of dollars. So this is something that has been recognized by the U.S. government. We have been in negotiations and signed agreements with the Department of Commerce.
You know what?
We were the only private international entity during the time that there were reductions at NOAA. As you know, at the beginning of the year, there were significant reductions at NOAA in terms of staffing. This was the only memorandum of agreement that was approved at the highest level to be executed based on the national interests of both the Bahamas as well as that of the United States.
I'll tell you what I'm hearing today, Gabi and Gas and you people in the Bahamas. I'm hearing there's an extensive project that takes a whole lot of revenue, a whole lot of time invested. It's going to take special skill sets. It's going to take involvement from our very own Bahamian people. And I understand that it's internationally recognized. That's what I've just heard, which tells me that you Bahamian people looking for a job, first of all, you got to prepare your mindset to want to work for these people. You got to go do your research. Just how they're doing their research to put this project together, you got to go ahead and do your research as to where could you possibly fit in. And I don't just want you to fit in like this a government job. This ain't no government job for you, man. This ain't no job where you can come in and slack off and then you mad because you get fired. Because these people sound like they will fire you. They'll fire you and your whole clan, your whole island. And you're going to run them off the island because they got international help with a Patriot missile. You want to listen to this conversation here, right?
But God.
But I just want to finish what I want to tell these people, because these people listening, they then planning on forming a union against these people because they going to want their money on time. They going to want pay increase.
How you didn't see it though? I didn't ready, man.
Anyway, let me
how you didn't see? Take the call on the line. Call you live on Guardian Radio today.
I just saying.
I got you, brother.
Gabi.
Hi.
Hey.
And let me just say, my two brothers from the great island of Long Island in the south, where
you want to be in the brotherhood too?
My maternal grandmother.
Boy, when you all have success and money, you all will be family, eh? Like me and Belinda.
I might as well join in because my mother is a node, so my granddaddy listening now.
This is real. This is real.
Go ahead.
But let me just congratulate them on what I'm hearing here, because we as Bahamians have been calling for the focus on the southern Bahamas, bringing the necessary services to that corridor, in particular, Michael. My father is probably from Crooked Island, but of course, my mother's side of the family is from Roses, Long Island. So, Mr. Darville, you quite possibly is my family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm happy to take that on.
Okay. Being someone who is also in the aviation industry, being a pilot, I got very, very excited when I heard you guys talking about this project. And what's more exciting is that the opportunity for Bahamians who are not just looking for jobs, but actually looking to create careers. This is where the stimulation for me came in. You know, because we're tired of just jobs. You know, and from what I'm hearing from this, if you would be focused on your studies, focus on your research, and you get very serious about this here, it shows that you have a long, promising career in this field that is so necessary and so vital, especially for the Southern Bahamas. You know, so I just wanted to call in just to say congratulations.
Yes.
Because
Thank you,
I
sir.
love what I'm hearing.
Love it.
All right,
And
thanks.
Mr. Darwell and Mr. Burrows, you're also part of my family as well.
Oh,
I'm gonna come looking for both of you in a short bit.
Jeff, we ain't hiring you. We ain't hiring
You
you.
ain't gotta hire me. I want to see our other Bahamian brothers and sisters
I know,
prosper
Jeff.
in this Bahamas.
Jeff, I only playing with you, man.
Thank you
You're a
so
good
much
man.
for your call.
Thank you,
Jeff.
sir.
This person says, good afternoon. Ask Adam if he's related to the Darvels who own the Shell station on Marathon Road and Wolf Road.
I am not related to them. I am them.
So, Jeff,
Wow.
Yes, my father owned the Shell station on Marathon and Wolf Road for 30 years. He's retired, so we sold the business some time ago. Geez, time really flies. It's been almost 20 years now. But yes, I grew up on the corner of Wolf Road and Marathon.
I used to go there all the time.
And
Kelly's used to be next door.
yeah, Kelly's Bakery.
I used to
the
live.
best twist in town,
I
buddy.
used to live behind Mom's Academy.
Oh, okay, all
That's where I
right,
grew up.
excellent. Yeah, that's me, Adam Dowell. That's correct.
Okay, so gentlemen, I know time is going. I know you all want to spend an hour with us. We got another call on the line. Caller, go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon to you and your fine gentleman host. Yes.
Yeah, good afternoon, man.
I tell you, sometimes the substitute, when you look at it. Anyway, I can let you finish that.
I want to see you go home to your wife tonight or your woman. Talking substitute. Go ahead.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying my
you better
best.
stop.
Yeah, man.
But listen up, though. As pilots, I want to give you a scenario. I'm told that when you're at 30,000 feet, in fact, most aircrafts, the doors are not locked because the cabin is pressurized, so it's almost difficult for you to open it with your hand while you're 30,000 feet. And if that's the case, can you equate someone who is, let's say, a political party operative, the other side, who may be trying to open the cabin door while Bahamians are in the aircraft and depressurize the whole cabin? Can you equate that to what the FNM have
Okay.
done? You follow where I'm going with this?
Okay, let me jump in there. Thanks for your call. Listen, when we started the show, the first thing Adam said to me is he doesn't put politics in what he's doing. I made mention to you all today. We're not going to talk politics on this segment because I know you're going to talk politics, but there's life even after politics. That's what I'm trying to teach you. Here you have people who spend millions and going into billions of dollars in order to create opportunity for the entire nation. And then you get text that the focus must be Michael because Karen wants to run in Michael. You can't say these things. They already said to you, this will affect from the north straight to the south. If we started in the north, you know what the complaint is? Why we always start in the north and not in the south. Now we start in the south, you will know if his association affiliation is because he wants to run in the south, why they start in the south. Listen to me. Before y'all even get to Mr. Karen, or to Mr. Darwin, or to Mr. Burrows, come see God Rose Burrows. I can tell you something. I want to tell you something off the air, and it ain't going to be no righteousness either. Y'all got to learn to understand that the people in the south are so excited over this opportunity. It doesn't matter if you use PLPF for them or COI. It don't matter. This ain't about that for us. This is about us getting our things. The things which you've been getting for years, we're getting them things now. The reason why we want a by-election ain't because we use PLPF for them and OCOI. I get my roads paved right now. I didn't tell you all these things. You all got to grow up as a people. These people already said to us they have some partners around the world who are investing in the Bahamas. Who cares if the man run for PLPF and them or COI? All of us are about to benefit. What part of that y'all can't understand?
The lines are lit.
I remember no line. I remember common sense and stupidity, man. Y'all gotta stop this foolishness. I doing my best to stay calm. You didn't say, oh, he sound angry. No, I'm not angry. I just don't like stupidity. Next call on the line, let's go.
Hey, Garth, it's Nico. How are you?
Hey, my brother from another mother on the other side of
You got
Africa.
blood pressure down, man.
No, man, I ain't got no blood pressure. I drank some water just now. I good.
You know us old people, we got blood pressure, too.
Yeah, man.
Well, listen, I am so excited
Yes.
about your guests, who
Yes.
happen to be dear friends of mine.
Yes.
How you doing, Nico? Hey, Nico.
Hi, Laurent and Adam.
Yes.
How you doing, brother?
How are you?
Fantastic.
Excellent. Thank you.
I have a question. I have to tell you guys, I am so impressed by the dialogue that's been disseminated at the moment. I mean, it is just, it's finally dragging us out of less than a third world country and implementing what is required, what is absolutely necessary, and it benefits the country, the people,
Yes.
and obviously the stakeholders.
Correct.
I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm going to ask a question, and please forgive my naivete, but as you guys have known me for so long, as you know that I immerse myself in the minutia and I look into the future as opposed to what is occurring now. Some of those individual partners that you've mentioned are, I literally couldn't believe what I was hearing. I mean, I'm not saying, I couldn't believe it. Of course I do. The question that I have is not only making the airports international in their basis, and also there's the atmospheric aspect of this. In future plans down the road, or whether or not you can say or not, I highly doubt you would be able to say by virtue of contract. Because of these certain particular individuals that you are partnering with, I see a further benefit not only for us and our neighbors, both to the south and to the north, but the military application to assist
Wow.
our armed forces as well as theirs for the prevention or even maybe the halting of illegal immigration and the possibility
You've hit the nail on the head.
of importation of narcotics.
You've hit the nail on
Listen
the
here,
head.
Nico. We got to talk about that after the news. I want you to call back after the news. We got to continue that. Let me take one more caller before the news, Nico, but please call back. I like where you're going with that. Let me take another caller really quick, but I like that. Next caller in the line, last caller before the news.
Good afternoon, Rosper, and two fine gentlemen inside there.
And beautiful Gabby.
I applaud you guys for what you all intending to do, and it's a good thing because it will benefit not only the Bahamas but also the Bahamian people and even our neighbors to the south and to the north. Okay, I appreciate that, man.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. What you guys are doing. Thanks,
gentlemen. We got 3 minutes before the news. Say what you got to say. Do what you got to do.
Okay. Well, just to follow up on what Nico said, we haven't looked at any military applications, but obviously, at some point, with the amount of infrastructure we're putting in place, we will be able to really police the whole archipelago.
Yes.
It's really not our intention. Our intention is to rather for aviation. But obviously, you can see a lot of spin-off things coming out of this business.
I like it.
And that's one of the things that makes it such a terrific project.
Yes.
Is that there should be a lot of spin-off business for
Yes.
entrepreneurs, people that think out of the box. When Mr. DePuch-Garin put this together, he was thinking out of the box. And I'm hoping a lot of Bahamians can see the value of thinking out of the box.
I like that. I like that.
We need to get away from what we do every day and think about what's possible, think about the future. And yes, we may not be doing it ourselves, but it's not saying that another entity may want to do it that can partner with us to use our infrastructure.
Become a part of the stockholdership.
To do these things. Because the infrastructure will be in place. It's not something that we want to do, but it's nothing saying that a Bahamian, and I say the word Bahamian because we are very Bahamian-centric in what we're doing.
I like it.
We are all Bahamians. I would like to say, Robert started this not as a financial venture. He started it as a Bahamian venture. He didn't start this company to say, let me make a lot of money. He said, he wants to help the Bahamas. What really started the project for him many years ago, he almost died in a hurricane.
Oh.
And that's what got his interest in weather. As a matter of fact, he hates to fly. He's very scared of flying, but he flies anyway because you have to overcome those fears. But he did this project to help Bahamians. This is not a project where let's see what we can do to make money. I'm sure we will do well financially, but it's not the aim of this project. The aim of the project is to help Bahamians, help the country, help the government, whoever that government may be, to give Bahamians what they deserve, not what they want or need, but what they deserve. We're very great people, and we do great things, and we need to recognize these people. I like it. We have some really smart people that we've identified working outside the Bahamas that we're bringing back to the Bahamas to help with this.
And we got some here right now that you're still finding.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
People like Gabi and me. Be ready.
Ready to roll.
Go on ahead, Mr. Barrows, before we go to news. Huh?
So just as a teaser, I think Nico, like I said, hit the nail on the head.
Mm-hmm.
So the radars that we'll be utilizing, they look up to the sky, but they also look down into the waters as well. So there are significant opportunities on the marine side. And as Adam said earlier, we're the sixth largest trafficked place in terms of marine.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of cruise ships, tankers.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. When it comes to marine, we're the second largest gateway in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know we're going into news right now. You gentlemen, you are welcome to stay behind for another 10, 15 minutes if you could, just to wrap things up. I don't want to rush you off like that, but This is Guardian Radio Today, 96.9 FM. This is Garth Roseborough and Gabi, along with Adam Darville and LaRon Burrows. We'll be right back after the news.
Nothing like back when you were mine. And if I knew then what I know now, I'd have found a way to make things work out somehow. I'd have held you tight.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
In a bar in Toledo, across from the depot, on a bar stool she took off her ring.
And we're back, folks. We're back. Guardian Talk Radio Today, 96.9 FM here in the Bahamas. Welcome to the show. And we have two great gentlemen here that have taken time from their extremely busy schedule to just inform you that some great opportunities are ahead of you.
Absolutely.
For those people who have said that there aren't sufficient jobs for Bahamians, these jobs are going to be slated just for you. You have to prepare yourself to compete and to go ahead and hone your skill sets and prepare yourself to fill these vacancies that will exist. I do assume at this time that they're going to be well-paying jobs for your services. And this is a company. I'm going to allow these men to once again tell you who they are, the name of their company, where you can possibly apply or see any list of vocational skills that would be needed. And for those of you who are saying that this could possibly be political, I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you. And I'll tell you why I'm ashamed. Because everything in life is political, whether you want to believe that or not. But the one political side of this conversation is job opportunity for everyone. It doesn't matter what political party you're part of, what part or association you are with, what church you go to, where you're people from. They have said to us that every island in the Bahamas, whether it's a PLP island, F&M island, COI island, is going to be available to you if you qualify yourself. You are your own prime minister when it comes to this opportunity. If you dreamt one day that I want to fly a helicopter, they're telling you they're going to need some helicopter pilots. All you got to do is put down that little thing with you to smoke, or put down all them beers you drink all day and go and equip yourself with some education and come back, and you could be one of these people. You do not have to give up. Opportunities are coming your way. Adam Darville, LaRon Burrows. Introduce yourself once again for those people joining us on this side of the news.
Yes, Adam Darwell here, the VP of Infrastructure for Baxman. And I'm very happy to be here with you, Garth. Thanks so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
No problem, man. Ron?
And good afternoon again. Lerone Burrows. I'm the president and CEO of Bahamas First Alert, Project Manager Limited. And my responsibility is to coordinate the affairs of both the major ministries, departments, and authorities that provide services to the aviation community, along with that of Baxman.
I have a good friend by the name of Leonard Sands. He has a show here on Thursdays, and Nailed It is the name of the show. When it comes to construction, in terms of project management, Mr. Burrows, is there room for the contractors or the contracting companies of this beloved country of ours, or are they just names of big companies that will be getting these contracts?
No, so we are very Bahamian-centric, and so the intent, so there are multiple levels on the construction level. First, on the Baxman side, we are building a conversion center.
What's that?
And that is a location, a building that we'll be putting up currently where the Tribune is currently based, Shirley Street and DeVoe.
Right here?
Right here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Multi-story building that will house our meteorological watch office. Will also contain that of the new Tribune, and also the radio stations that they operate.
So that happens
and
right
manage.
here?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
how far away is that?
That I'm responsible for building that. We plan to start hopefully within a year there on Shirley Street and School between Shirley and DeVoe and School Lane in that area. We'll be building I don't want to use the massive, but it's a big facility there, which will include two levels of parking as well as about 4 stories of building, which encompass, like Laurent said, a new Tribune building. We currently have 5 radio stations as well, and then the Baxman as well as the meteorological office.
I like that.
And what's unique about the building that we're doing, there'll be a multimedia building, and we're also building an area within the building where, in case of a national emergency, mainly hurricanes, the cabinet of the Bahamas can come in safety and watch the hurricane in real time, and they can reach out and coordinate from our building. So they will see the happenings in real time at our facility. And this is something that we're offering to the government of the Bahamas. No charge at all whatsoever.
That building sounds big like the U.S. Embassy.
It will be. I lose sleep at night thinking about all the work. My brain doesn't cut off anymore. I got to figure out how to do that. But yes, it's going to be quite a unbelievable building. And we're putting up all these radars, sensors, optical sensors, lidars, radars. We have satellite. When Laurent says convergence center, you have to have somewhere for all this data to flow to, and that will be the place that all this data will flow to. And of course, we also are going to build a command center in Mayaguana as well. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is, that, as you know, maybe you don't know, but Mayaguana is right next to Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you a scenario. Say you have a traffic accident in Mayaguana, you get hurt badly, you need to be transported. You can fly to Turks and Caicos in 20 minutes or fly an hour and 45 minutes to Nassau. Where do you want to go, right?
20 minutes.
So we hope to reach out to other countries to work with them.
Depends on who you are. We send you to Haiti.
No, we ain't going there.
You ain't going there?
No, we ain't going there. But I just say that that area has potential for a lot of things for the Bahamas, and we need to, like I was telling you earlier, we need to be thinking out of the box.
I like it, and I'll tell you why I like it. You spoke about this massive construction idea, even right here in New Providence.
Right.
And then you're going all the way to the south, and you're putting infrastructure into Mayaguana.
Right.
And the people are asking me, is this a political ploy? And I'm trying to figure out, how could you run for Michael and run for Shirley at the same time, or Centerville or Freetown at the same time?
Exactly.
Because you've already said it's going to be throughout the entire I don't know what part of people don't understand.
And so and as far as on the construction side, because that is my main focus. On the other islands, we would not be bringing in a mega construction company. We're going to look for as many resources on that island as possible. There might be times when we have to. You never know. But if there's someone on that island that can do that job, they will have that opportunity.
I like that. Call on the line. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Good afternoon, God.
Hey, how you doing? Sorry for holding you so long, man. I trying to get my teeth back in this.
Good stuff. Don't worry about that. This vision.
Well, I apologize anyhow because I love you as a brother. That's how this go.
And
I'm just captivated and excited. Go ahead.
Gabi still in you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gabi right there.
Gabi.
Good afternoon, dear. How are you?
I listen to you all the time. I beginning to love you.
Oh, let me call her husband. Let me call. He trying to substitute.
Thank you so much.
We into that.
He understand the Bonk need to love everybody. But listen, on a serious note, this is vision.
Yes.
We all talk about this a long time ago on other shows. Vision for the Southern Bahamas.
That is very correct.
One of the things I want to see too is a shipping port there and a cruise port.
Oh, I would love that. I think Mr. Taylor's doing it right now. The port.
Remember the shipping port I'm talking about? The gentlemen know about the Panama Canal, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
We will be number one with Grand Bahama and having a shipping port there and a cruise port. We will be number one in the world.
Well, as we stated earlier, sir, the Bahamas is the second busiest water gateway in the world, and I helped with the construction of the radar in Mayaguana and sitting up on that hill there, which in the old Thorpe Missile Base, which was done by the U.S. back in the day. If you sit there long enough, you can see massive cargo vessels, not these little ones that come here. I mean, we're talking massive, carrying thousands of containers all day passing by Mayaguana.
That is correct.
And where they're going to the Panama Canal.
No, that's correct.
They all traverse through our waters. It's like the I-95 of the seas.
That's correct.
So the call is absolutely correct. There will be a great opportunity to do something in Mayaguana. They have the very deep water right there.
Yes.
And once again, what do you need for doing this? You need weather services.
Yes.
So, like I said, we're not going to build a port, but we will be facilitating one of the things that port needs, which is accurate weather. So that's why I was saying earlier about the spin-off of this project.
I love it. I love it. Mr. Burrows, something on your mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. So one of the things we haven't spoken about is another product that another sister company is developing, which is carbon management.
Carbon management.
Yes.
So like climate.
Yes, it's called Tribune Digital Labs.
That's a call on my line?
Yes, that's
a caller, go ahead. I'm trying to get this thing out of Mr. Burrows before time go, but go ahead, caller, quickly. Who's that? Oh, no problem. Go ahead, Mr. Burrows.
Yeah, and what that company is doing, we have some young men in the computer programming world, and we've been able to do something, again, that's a first in the world, right here in Little Old Bahamas. We've been able to develop a program that tracks and calculates in real time carbon emissions from every single plane that transits through
So that's why the Attorney General said they're getting evidence together now to sue these persons, Scott.
That's why Nico like to call and talk about that, these carbon trails. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So with the arrangements that we have, we'll be able to, and in fact, we're ahead of the government. We were producing the information before the government has the legislation in place in order to go after these.
Y'all were producing this?
Yeah. So once the switch is flipped and the government has the legislation in place, we can give them the information. And working with IATA, we'll be able to identify each plane and the amount of carbon emissions that they've put in our airspace. And whatever amount the government wishes to charge for that, we'll be able to get it.
Okay, I want everybody to slow down a minute. See, you Bahamian people who are listening, I know you all didn't call your family, your friends to listen to this, but let me get this straight. Everyone in this booth today is Bahamian. I want y'all to understand this. And this idea, this vision, isn't coming from another developed country. This isn't Russia. This isn't German. This isn't British. This isn't American. This ain't Chinese or Japanese. This is coming from the brain of our very own Bahamians. This thing is massive. This thing is Herculean. This thing is miraculous. What you're hearing here today, you're getting a window into the possibility that one day you and your family will be better off by far than where you were before. Opportunities are coming your way. You got to listen to these people because this thing keeps on growing and growing and growing. And you people are like a little tuck shop selling your little salty sausage and your little baggie like how we used to back in the day. Now you're looking at owning Walmart. If you really listen to what they say, every item will have an availability and a potential to grow economically. That's what these people are talking about. Man, I love this.
Yeah, well, like I say, the spin-off, I'll give you another example. I've been traveling a lot. I travel so much sometimes I don't know where I am, and that's not an exaggeration. For instance, I go down to Meghwana, right? There's no Wendy's and McDonald's to go to, right?
No.
So I need to hire people to cook for me and my crew.
Boy, Meghwana people could cook,
right?
Ooh.
So when I'm down there,
they could cook.
when I'm down there working with a construction crew, because that's my area, I have to hire cars, trucks. That's local stuff. I have to hire a woman or two, three to cook for us.
I thought you said a woman or two because you're single.
Well,
No, don't answer that. Don't answer that. We ain't talking no substitute here today. No substitute.
Let's not go there.
Okay, yeah.
But what I'm saying, right?
You nearly bite your tongue. Sorry, see, Burroughs laugh.
So we need to think about all the ancillary benefits to the project.
Yes.
So that's people that can cook food for us. Maybe someone might want to open a little restaurant down there. Someone may want to open a little bar for after a hard day on the construction site, we like to have a few beers.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the ancillary benefits of this project. Which
yes.
I'm praying and I'm hoping Bahamians will take advantage of.
Yes.
And that is the vision of Mr. Karen, to provide these opportunities. We're not giving anything away. We're providing opportunities for people.
I like it.
We need to stop looking for people to give us stuff. Realize the opportunities, that by the opportunities, and pull yourself up. Everyone here in the Bahamas has this opportunity now through a Bahamian company. We're not looking for a foreign company to help you. This is Bahamian helping Bahamian, brother helping brother.
When we were having the fires a few weeks ago in the Golden Isles area,
right.
Carmichael Road West, I made a call to Meghwana because I was just basically talking fool like I like to do sometimes. I was saying how we had this challenge with fire trucks and the other equipment right here in Nassau. But the person said to me, Meghwana, y'all have an ambulance already and a fire truck? Is that so?
And no, they're on the way.
They're on the way?
They're on the way.
So what are y'all planning on bringing into Meghwana then? Tell us what y'all are planning to bring in short term to help lift Meghwana. You're bringing in the fire truck, you're bringing in the ambulance. What else are you doing?
So as I spoke earlier, we will eventually be building our southern headquarters there. This thing is so multifaceted. It's really hard to wrap your head around it. You can look at the Bahamas as a black hole right now. Mm-hmm. There's no data coming out of here. For instance, planes are flying 80 miles apart, separation, because
80 miles
because there's no real-time flight tracking here,
mm-hmm.
and that's why we're doing a next-gen watch office. A watch office produces meteorological weather. That's a regular watch office. We're doing a next gen. This will be the first next gen in the world. So we're doing meteorological services. We're doing live flight tracking, cross search and rescue coordination. No other watch office does that. So this live flight tracking will be able to make the separation smaller for airplanes. Means you get more planes in the airspace. And what happens with more planes in the airspace? More revenue. I was just speaking with Mo Jenkins. Mo Jenkins is the technical officer for Miami International Airport. Great guy. Miami International Airport only runs at 78% capacity. You know why? Because Bahamian airspace is too full.
Wow.
Once we do the live flight tracking, we will be able to relieve some of that, and they can perhaps run at 100%.
Let me ask you all this big question. And this is a hard question. You can just plead the fifth on this one if you want. With these tracking services, how does that affect trafficking and affect illegal migration?
Well, what we're doing will affect neither. What we are doing as a company is tracking the planes flying through so the government can collect its revenue.
What about boats?
That's something that will come down the road. Like I alluded to, the equipment the infrastructure will be in place to do all of these things.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right? So, but for now, meteorological weather services is our business.
Just the air, basically.
What happens after that is up to the Bahamian public at large, and maybe even up to the government to some extent.
Legislation and policies.
Right. Our job is to make sure the plane trafficking through our airspace are safe and have no incident.
So this thing they talk about flying below the radar, y'all could track them too?
Well, obviously, if they're below the radar, we won't be able to see them. The only thing you'll be able to see below the radar unless you're running a marine.
I mean, I'm asking, how low does this radar technology go? How low?
No,
100 feet, 200 feet above?
Well, we're actually only responsible for us. So you have meteorological services, which is 10,000 feet and above.
Okay.
So we won't be seeing anything under 10,000 feet. Under 10,000 feet is Department of Meteorology, which gives you your forecast and all that. That's not the weather we're interested in.
Okay.
We're doing aviation, in a nutshell, aviation weather. And, like I said, the equipment will be in place for entrepreneurs to maybe partner with us to do certain things. But, this is down the road. But like it's taken us 9 years to get here. It might take a Bahamian a few years to get their ideas together and come to us and say, hey, I got this great idea. Maybe I could partner with you to do things. You could have drone delivery maybe one day. This is things that we can do.
Wow.
We can track, a regular radar cannot track a drone. But a phased array radar can track a drone. It's not available right now. So the opportunities are there.
Gabby, so you got a call, Gabby? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, gentlemen, and men, ladies and gents, whoever in the house.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
When I stepped in first, I heard that it's unbelievable that it's not just for what do you call it? It's not just to make one's wealthy, but it's for the good of the Bahamas. Are you there?
Yes, sir. We're definitely here.
Right. And I initially said nobody actually does anything for nothing. But then when I thought the second time, I said, indeed, yes, there are many of us who will do things for truly the good of the Bahamas. And I want to salute you in house and the venture. I want to hope that you also collaborate with Air Traffic Controller. I will recommend LaShawn Gray. And that you take this thing to another height, So
all right, Mr. CFO.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much.
Well, I just want to say one thing. When I'm not a saint.
You're not a saint?
We're not a saint. So yes, we will make some money to do all this stuff. But yes, the gentleman is correct. The main goal of Mr. Karen is to help the payment people.
That's good, man. Gabby got a text, and I think this applies to your company.
I think you're so trapsy because why you wanted me to read it?
Always fighting for young people. So there you go. That's yours.
You
That's your
something
text.
else. Anyway, the texter says the next thing you need to note is none of these persons appear to be under 25. We need to stop cutting off 75% of our brain power with the phrase "wait," and I quote, "waiting on the smart young people." What that's supposed to mean?
I don't know.
I'll answer that. I
didn't write it.
You need a little bit of wisdom. But I just had a young man that's 27 years old. It's brilliant. So yes, young people have an opportunity. Don't believe you don't. And we have several young people working for us. I don't know if I should even say this, but one of our programmers out of Spain is 14 years old.
Okay then.
I have to speak to his mother before I can speak to him. So I say this to say that Bahamians of all ages are included. Like I said earlier, once you're qualified, come and give us a shout.
Listen here, I want to just say to you people today, I'm going to throw the numbers out really quickly one more time and then tell you what's on my mind. 323-6232, 325-4316, 323-4259, anywhere from the Family Violence, 300-5720, or you can text us at 422-4796. I'm listening, and I'm just awed because when I walked into The Guardian today, and Adam came through the door, I really wasn't in a good mood because I was so waiting 2 weeks now for Mr. Karen to show up. I've been in communication for 2 weeks, and then for them to tell me he's not going to be here, I did have some real excitement in me because there are some questions I had to ask about all of these projects that he was doing.
Right.
And so when Adam was there, I looked at Adam and Adam looked so humble and so, like I so cool and easy. If you met Adam on the street, let me tell you something, y'all gonna walk past Adam. And Adam, I can talk your business today because, we may get a drink later, as friends, but I see why you single, man, because you're too humble. You ain't no bad.
Why you in all this man business,
but
guy?
you ain't no bad looking fella.
Why
but
you in this man business though? How you know if he's single like that?
This is the point I'm trying to make here, Burroughs. Because I know Burroughs. See, stock people, we like to show off who's dressed good and we.
These light-skinned man,
teeth and everything, right?
Don't mind them. They don't talk their business.
This always have fun, right? But watch this now, right? You is a man who many will walk by. And I'm saying this to say this. This idea that you have as a Bahamian people, do not look at Adam Darville or look at my friend LaRon Burroughs and walk past these people. These people got a brain genius. This whole vision is just genius. Mr. Karen is just genius. This is not a political situation. This is a situation of genius where this is now the Bahamian Renaissance. Let me say so.
Yes, sir.
The things that can spin off from this solely and alone, I'm telling you, will change the trajectory of generations to come. I know many of you may have missed this conversation. I have to invite these men back again because we got to continue to build on this conversation. I love this. This is the first time I'm sitting here with goosebumps and saying, my God, how big, how gigantic is this situation? I wouldn't even let Gabi talk. Not today.
Are you serious? But speaking of genius, you know who else is genius?
Who?
Our callers. So let's take this next one.
Jesus. Woman in job.
Caller, you're live on Guardian Radio today.
Hello there.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Well, I appreciate and applaud all those in the studio.
Yes. I thank you too.
And want to empower
yes.
Bahamians and uplift our country. And they got a vision and how they can help and go.
Yes.
Also, to the host, listen, man, you're passionate. Listen, they ain't gonna tell you different. You trying to hold back from us words they didn't even know.
Well, I appreciate you always, man. It ain't easy. But
I know it isn't. Sometimes, like you said, people can say some things, and it's more of lack of knowledge. And I understand you in the Bahamian way, stupidity. It's lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge,
We're so caught up in this whole political things and all this other stuff. We're like, we round these guys from sleeping and having a good time. That's another day for another time.
I appreciate you, man.
For your guys inside the studio, y'all keep up what y'all doing and find local, upcoming Bahamian contractors, Bahamian carpenters who might want to build some stuff and cabinets inside your studio, okay, or your places that you're building. Not thinking from anyone else, but off air, I would like to provide a number which you can reach out to myself, and we can, if there's something that we can assist on partnership in something, we greatly appreciate it. Because I also, with my partner, would love to, lend our assistance or, tap into this little pool.
Definitely.
To help us grow our little small business that we have as all Bahamian or Bahamian-owned business.
So we'll put you on.
If it's okay with you guys, I would like to just dig up to the company.
I'll leave my number here at the studio.
Yeah, just he'll leave the number with Chris. Just leave your number with Chris for me, and I'll get the number to you. Okay?
So we'll put you on hold, okay, caller?
Keep up the good job. Yes.
Hold for the producer.
I appreciate you. You got a text here that Gabi just passed to me. Will the company supply data to AccuWeather because they couldn't get it from the Met Department? Right. That's the first question. Then the second one I could deal with. Y'all want to deal with the first one first?
Yeah, we can deal with that.
Go ahead.
So we've realized that as some of the information that was actually coming out of the Department of Meteorology freely was being utilized by international entities and actually was being monetized. So with the commencement of our heads of agreement, there was some action taken to curtail that. But we recognize that there is what happens in the Bahamas from a weather standpoint is very critical to that of North America, especially during hurricane season. So there's a wealth of information coming from out of our territory which can benefit weather services as well as the population of the U.S. And it's identified that the cone of uncertainty and where the hurricane may potentially go and the level of evacuations that are required. With the information that will come from our data, it will be able to improve and narrow that cone by as much as 30%. And when you talk about narrowing that cone for every, I think for every mile is about $10 million or so in terms of savings to the U.S. government. So significant importance. And so we recognize that the weather service providers in the U.S. will more than likely, as we generate this data, and they can depend on it, that there will be opportunities for monetization there as well.
Well, I want to thank Guardian today for allowing Gabby and myself to sit in the space. Chris, see over there, and we can just sit with these great men with this great vision. It is indeed an honor, a very proud moment for me, because I understand what it takes to be up night after night, 7 days a week in order to reach a goal, and so I know it's not easy. This person, no disrespect to the texter, just we know I like to have a good little chat with you. It says, so if we don't vote the candidate, see, just I tell you, you can't leave politics other things. See, you can't leave it out. And then I get a little touchy, and then they say, oh, God, angry, or God. No, they ain't that. I just like to have a good talk. So here it is. So if we don't vote the candidate into the House, we will not get the develop in the South. If yes, vote F&M to hold this company to its promises. So this person, watch this now, this person is an F&M.
Correct.
This person is saying that Mr. Karen, that they heard, may be running for another political party. They're saying that if he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, then you vote F&M to make sure he does it. That's what they're trying to tell you to do, to just vote F&M. That's what they really want. This person is biased. This person is biased for the F&M. This person is not pro for the development of the Bahamas. They're only pro-development by way of F&M. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. And I got to break this down to you, Bahamian people, because then you all say I rude and I bias. No, I'm not biased. I'm saying to you, this supersedes PLP-ism, F&M-ism, COI-ism, and every other ism that we have in this country. This exceeds Roman Catholicism and Anglicanism and Baptism and every other ism. This here is for you. If you are Rastafarian, if you are Hindu, if you are Buddhist, if you're from Acklands, Maguana, Abaco, Grand Bahama, Exuma, this is for you. What this is not for is for stupid people.
Correct.
We don't want no stupid people in this project. If you stupid, do not apply. Now, the man just said, God, don't use the word stupid because it's just ignorant. Let me tell you something, ignorance and stupidity. Stupidity gets a faster reaction than when I use the word ignorant. So I want you to recognize very quickly that you really, really triple times ignorant. So I use the word stupidity, they get a faster result from you. So you can say, who are you calling stupid? The same one who just asked himself the question, who are you calling stupid? You stupid. You can't be this stupid when you have opportunity. Opportunity says, get up off of your stupidity, get up off of your ignorance, get up off your lack of knowledge, your lack of skill set, go to BTVI, go to University of the Bahamas, go to school abroad, go to Jamaica, go to Cuba, go to America. Education and information is available for you to improve yourself, because if you invest in yourself, they are saying to you today, it doesn't matter what political party you're part of, they're saying to you, you can have an opportunity for a career. This ain't no company where your MP can get you no job in there. That don't work there. You got to go and qualify, but the amount of money you could make for you and your family, the opportunity is there to get your own house, your own acreage, your nice Honda or whatever car you want, BMW, Mercedes. You can get these things right here in the Bahamas because they're making the sacrifice for you. hours upon hours, day after day, weeks after weeks of no sleep to ensure that you have an opportunity. That is what we're talking about. We're not talking about Michael. We're not talking about politics. We're talking about you today, the opportunity that exists for you. Do you want it? That is the real question today, Mr. Darville and Mr. Bowers. Do you think the BME people really want this, or they want to complain about this, or they want to find a reason not to be a part of this?
So as part of this project, I've had the pleasure of traveling throughout the Bahamas. There's maybe only about 2 or 3 islands that I haven't gone to as yet.
Wow.
And we've been conducting town hall meetings, meeting with stakeholders at every spot. And I can tell you that there's overwhelming support for this project. And in fact, it's how quickly can it get going.
That's it.
And I know there was a question was asked about that. Is this a gimmick or is it actually happening? We have ambulances that are already on order. There are 8 of them that are in transit, and we'll have 2 of them in before the end of November. We will commence at the Lynden Pindling International Airport. As you know, there have been some medical occurrences that have happened there, and unfortunately, there's some persons that have actually succumbed to their situations before we've been able to get necessary medical response. So we're actually going to be posting EMTs and paramedics throughout the domestic and the international terminals to be able to render assistance on the spot. And if there is a need for persons to be put into a confined area for a period of time to finish their convalescing, that we will have that available as well. But the ultimate aim is, like I said, to have the Aviation Trauma Center, which will be a large, about 4,500 square feet building on the premises, separate and apart from the airport terminal itself.
Well, what I like about what you all are saying, you all said this actually came together under the Free National Movement and is now being completed presently while the PLP is in power.
Yes.
And so it's telling me that people, once again, this is not a political situation. This is a situation for the betterment and development of our beloved Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I think we're on our way, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give these 2 great men all the encouragement in the world. Mr. Karen, we thank you. And once again, nothing to do with politics. It just has to do with being decent and being blessed by Almighty God. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being here today. I wish I could spend all week with y'all, man. This stuff is exciting.
Thank you. Thank you for having
But y'all
us.
are welcome back anytime. Leave your numbers with us, man. I just feel good today. Y'all made me feel really good today. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having us, and we look forward to a fruitful relationship with our brothers in the Bahamas.
Thank you. All right, man. Let's go to break, folks. This is Guardian Radio Today, 96.9 FM. We'll be right back.
Slowly losing sight of the real thing. But that won't happen to us, and we got no doubt. Too deep in love, and we got no way out. And the message is clear. This could be the year for the real thing. No more will you cry.
This October, Bahama invites you to indulge your senses at the Culinary and Arts Festival, where world-class flavors meet breathtaking creativity in the heart of the Bahamas. Join us October 22nd through 26th for an unforgettable celebration featuring culinary legends Marcus Samuelson, Dario Cicchini, Simeon Hall Jr., and Scott Conant, alongside a vibrant lineup of chefs and mixologists. Explore captivating art installations, interactive workshops, and live performances, all set against the stunning backdrop of Nassau's premier luxury resort. From curated tasting events to beachfront feasts and immersive gallery experiences, this is more than a festival. It's a feast for the soul. Tickets and packages are going fast. Visit Bahamar.com to reserve your spot at the Culinary and Arts Festival at Bahamar, where taste and talent take center stage.
Girl, Junior just showed me Bella Boy in his phone.
What you mean? He take picture of that good-for-nothing boy?
Shh, you don't want Bella here. You say that. You know she always say that's my good child.
So what he doing in Junior phone?
Oh, he there because the police looking for him. He on their wanted list.
Wanted persons in your phone now?
Yes, child. And when police want to find anybody quick, after something happen, they can send picture direct to your phone. Go to Google Play or App Store and search for Crack Crime Bahamas. Then pick install and it will go straight to your phone.
There is also a section on missing persons?
nonsense? Yes, girl. Everybody needs to get this app so police can tell us right away when these people go missing. Just like an alert system.
Yes, it has numbers for Crime Stoppers Bahamas, so you can call and nobody knows it's you. Call directly to Miami and give the information without giving your name or anything about you. I tried the other day, and when I hear Junior and his boys talking about where they hide those guns, I walk quick round the corner and call that number.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
Don't wait for a storm to arrive. Stock up on hurricane supplies, make home repairs, purchase a generator, and more this hurricane season with a Fidelity personal loan. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Always on the go? Missed a show? You can now listen to Guardian Radio talk shows anytime, anywhere on Spotify and YouTube by searching Guardian Radio 96.9 FM or by entering the name of your favorite show. You can also listen by logging on to GuardianTalkRadio.com and clicking on the podcast tab. Guardian Radio, continuing to provide you with fresh news and smart talk anywhere, anytime, all day.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns staring out the window at the dark.
Guardian Radio today. Listen, this is our last few minutes of the show. We want to thank our guests so much today for a very informative conversation. No, it's not the talk that you're used to. Every day won't be a political day, but every day on Guardian Radio, you are guaranteed to get fresh news, smart talk, all day. I want to remind you guys that if you are interested in sponsoring a show or being a guest on the show, if you have a business, a small business, a big business, a medium business, and you want to get that out there, the numbers to call is 302-2300, and let's get you hooked up. Listen, God stepped out of the studio to walk our guest out. So it's just me and you for the last few minutes of this. And y'all know I plan on misbehaving. I know, but what God was on, but I on a different level today. So we have a lot of news. I've been getting a lot of text messages coming into my phone. So much to talk about, so much things to discuss, so much things happening in politics, so much things happening in the country today. But I see we have a caller on the line, and I won't keep you waiting. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Guardian Radio today.
Gabby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, this is a wonderful show today.
Mm-hmm.
And I descended from Inagua.
Mm-hmm.
Great things about to happen. You know, and I am glad when God hang up on that fella. People have to know when it's time for politics and when it ain't no time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is seriousness.
Correct.
And these people are talking some serious talk and stuff like that. They people are dropping the little politics inside it, man. It's just everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, caller. That's right. There is a time and place for everything under the sun, as they would say. You know, I don't know if I've been around God too long. This preaching is starting to rub off on me. Sometimes I feel like I be ministering, or I don't know if that's the evangelist from my mother's side. I don't know what's happening here. but something is definitely rubbing off. And while we're talking about a time and season for everything, tomorrow is Friday, and tomorrow is a state funeral, right? In case you did not know or you were unaware, living under a rock somewhere, the late Vaughn Miller is going to be laid to rest tomorrow. And it's been long overdue. Persons have been, I mean, we've seen a lot of political activity happening despite the fact that he's not been laid to rest yet. But God has always been very mindful as he mourned the passing of his MP.
And he's my friend, you know. We sat together.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, when we take politics out of our relationships, we're really good friends, good neighbors, good brothers, good. But boy, when politics comes into this, look how ugly we turn so quickly, eh? And so I just did what I figured was a decent thing to do for a friend and give him the honor and respect and allow the family to grieve. And so we continue to give condolences to his family and his loved ones and those who cherished him. Those people who woke up in the mornings, Gabby, and heard him say it's praying time. You know, we thank God for loaning him to us. And, you know, our hearts are with you tomorrow. And then come Monday, I think we have some interviews on Monday. I know I promised the people I'm going to say and do some things. And I will do it. But let me let the people get their heart together. That's okay?
Well, since we out here being decent, let me just give the people some information.
Please
if
do.
you're interested in attending that funeral tomorrow. It says on Friday, the 24th of October, it's at 11 a.m. A state funeral will be held for the late Honorable Vaughn P. Miller, Minister of Environment and Natural Resources and Member of Parliament for the Golden Isles constituency at Bahamas Faith Ministries International on Carmichael Road. But you need to note certain things if you are motorists and residents in particular areas. To facilitate the event, the traffic division wishes to advise the general public that from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m., the following streets will be closed to vehicular traffic. Carmichael Road, both lanes between Antigua Street and Bahamas Faith Ministries International. So please.
That's Ross Davis corner.
Yeah, don't get frustrated if you go down Carmichael Road by Antigua Street between BFM and the road closed. They have issued an advisory tomorrow, so you want to plan ahead, plan your routes accordingly. And then additionally, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., God, and Bahamas, the following streets will be closed to vehicular traffic. John F. Kennedy Drive between Tonic Williams Darling Highway and Gladstone Road westbound. Gladstone Road between John F. Kennedy Drive and Munnings Road. Theodora Lane between John F. Kennedy Drive and Tonic Williams Highway. And Theodora Lane is going to be a tight one because Meridian School is through there. So I'm uncertain if they end earlier on Fridays. So parents, you're being advised to plan your routes accordingly, and residents, as the road closures will impact traffic. So God, you got to pray for patience for these people because you know we got road rage on this road.
Well, Gabby, I so appreciate you. You're very smart, and you know, you are a young person who has impressed me greatly as one who's going to continue to be a bright light in this nation. And so I continue to thank you for your time that you sacrificed to be here with me. You can tell I'm solemn at this particular time. You know, I've really cooled down. I listen to all that great information. I'm absorbing it. And I really, truly, in my deepest desire.
You going to the funeral?
No, I just want people to listen what those two men just had to offer this country. I don't think they understand what they were saying. This country is about to go through a revolution like you've never seen before. And I love it. I literally love it. Tomorrow, the same gentleman, Robert Karen, will be on with Shivago Lang from 12 to 2. And those questions that you all had for him, you can possibly ask those questions tomorrow from 12 to 2. On Monday, Gabby, I'm expecting the person of Clay Sweeting to deal with works.
The Ministry of Works.
Yeah.
Oh,
Monday,
boy.
2 to 4.
Potholes.
2 to 4 next week. I'm going to invite you all to have that conversation with the Honorable Clay Sweeting. He will be, and then on the Thursday of next week, guess what? We're going to be having a conversation with Christ Church Cathedral on Thursday, 2 to 4
That's
of next week. No,
Oh, that's
Anglican.
Anglican.
Yeah.
I didn't know you to be an Anglican man.
I'm a man that is all things to all men that I might save some. How you like that?
Listen.
You know, I got that
I
in
know,
my
I
brain.
know.
And so we're going to have an exciting week next week. As a matter of fact, I think when Clay comes in, I'm going to ask Gabby if she can be here to have that conversation with Clay Sweeting. And then, of course, for Christ Church Cathedral, I will be there. And we do so appreciate you. Gabby, any closing words you want to share with us today? Anything happening this weekend? You want to give condolences to the family of the lady who lost her life?
I do want to send out condolences to the Saunders family. It was so tragic in what happened. And it just continues to shine a light on the amplified violence against women and children in this country.
Oh, yeah?
At one time ago, God, they were off limits. You don't harm the women and the children. And while we've lost so many of our brothers to violence, we're losing so much more generations in that it doesn't matter who's in the way of these. When I gotta get to you, I don't know. What can we do, Garth? And yet, infinite wisdom. It's we're bringing on Christ Church Cathedral next week, right? Do we need to hold a prayer revival? What do you think that this country needs to really get a hold on the violence that's happening?
One of these days, I'm going to take off this hat that I'm wearing and allow you to interview me. You tell me what's really in God's brain. I'm not angry in no which. I'm a very blessed man. I'm extremely blessed. I'm extremely happy. I've found wisdom, I think, from above. I try to share wisdom. I try to get people's attention by articulating and by using voice inhalations in order to get your attention. But the truth be told is that I want the best for you, the listeners of this show. I would say this to you. The psychological effect of what we called the prosperity gospel has done irreparable damage to us as a people. Where church was all about things. We talked to Jesus for things. God is going to give it to me because I'm his child. Things. And we become a materialistic, and we worship idols. And we don't even recognize that we're worshiping the idols of our society. We don't. We've actually put people in front of God himself. Our politicians. We place them before God. I mean, to say that these men, you need to give me that contract. You need to give me that job. You need to give me. And we've stopped communicating with God as if God is not the source of all. The psychology of our country is broken. Men are afraid to be men. I don't know if you women can attest to this, but men are afraid to be men now. These men are softer than baby oil. You know, we need some men to stand up for our nation, some men to say to other young men, this is the way you need to walk in it. And then you women, I know I appreciate a strong woman. My mother's a strong woman. But there's a part of a woman that says her strength is also in her love, where she says to her son, I love you and I want you to be the best man that you could be. I want to show you how to treat a lady. You got to take time. Don't be your children's friend. Friend. I am my mother's friend, you know. But she's always my mother. And you have to learn to draw that line of respect when it comes to your mother or to your father. We have lost that. Everybody wants to sit and smoke with their children, drink with their children, watch violence on TV with their children, which all think this is. And we have lost our way. And so one day, I'll probably pour my heart out to the nation. But Gabby, I so appreciate you. You did a wonderful job with Belinda. I heard you all taunting me and teasing me and laughing at me. You said, oh, Garth, we wish we could go on again tomorrow. And what did Garth do? Go right on ahead. And I want you to, maybe people listening today, as you continue to support us, just go right on ahead. Be a part of this conversation, Guardian Radio Today. We appreciate you. We don't know how long we're going to be here. We're just filling in, but we thank you. We thank you for listening today. And until next time, God bless you and have a great and safe weekend.
Play it right. You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he finished speaking, he turned back toward the window, crushed out his cigarette, faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. But in his final words, I found an